are back. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Last week, I had severe technical difficulties. The camera hated me, the computer hated me, and the problem with football, by the time I got the video done, all of the information was totally irrelevant and I couldn't help you at all. So I hope you had a good week. This week was like a little weird anyway, but do not fear, we are back, and let's jump right into everything, okay? What exactly did we miss from last week? Well, the Cowboys lost Dak Prescott for the season, and clearly they're going to be missing him. The Falcons are purging their organization, but clearly that is for the best. Le'Veon Bell was released from the Jets, and now he is on the Chiefs, but Adam Gase is still there. Oh, and is there anything I'm forgetting? What else happened last week that I didn't get to talk with you guys about? Oh, right! Nick Foles is Tom Brady's father. That will just like never get old for me. I had to go there. You really can't blame me. I talked about it for like 5 minutes last week and then didn't get to post the video. And since I was just talking about Brady, let's start off with that Buccaneers Packers game. And let me just say, it wasn't that much on the Packers end. I was super excited for that game, and it just like did not live up to expectations. Like, not even close. These are two future Hall of Fame quarterbacks on two strong teams. And before we like really get into it, I just want to make it very clear, I'm not necessarily a Tom Brady hater. He just doesn't make it very easy for me to like him. He is the greatest quarterback of all time. I'm not knocking him. I'm not taking anything away from him. But I'm still not over him snugging. But I'm still not over him snubbing Nick Foles for the second time now. When he lost to the Bears, that man could not get off the field fast enough. His teammates were walking, just like casually walking off the field, clearly upset, but Tom Brady was in a full-on sprint, running by them to get into the locker room while Nick Foles is standing out in the middle of the field like a lost puppy, looking around, trying to be the nice guy that he is. And Tom Brady couldn't give him the respect that he deserves. And then there were the hardcore Tom Brady supporters. Oh my God, well maybe he just didn't want to catch COVID. Oh really? Because when he came in and just rolled over the Packers, the best, strongest team in the NFL right now, and beat them 38-10, he had absolutely no problem going out into the middle of that field and hugging every single person that he saw. He is just unfreaking believable. However, the Bucks did come in and beat the Packers, and they made Aaron Rodgers throw his third ever pick six.
And just loves the way he plays the game. Pass is picked, intercepted back the other way, touchdown Tampa Bay.
Ever. His third only ever. Before that game, he had two, if you can do elementary math, out of his entire freaking career. And you know what else is interesting about that pick six? Out of those three, two of them were done in Tampa, Florida. Weird. Why? It was also the Packers' offense first turnover this season. The second I saw that, I kind of just knew the game was over for them. You could like feel the momentum switch off. And I sit here and hype up the Steelers defense every single week. I talk about how beautiful they are. I give them all of the credit they deserve. But I don't think I've mentioned the Buccaneers defense once, and they're number one in the league right now. They did everything right to stop Aaron Rodgers, and I came into this game sitting down hoping that it was going to be 40-40 and come down to the last second, but that defense made it impossible for Aaron Rodgers to do anything, and in doing so, secured the Bucs a win. I'm still mad at Tom Brady though. While the I did not just say the Buccaneers. Oh my God, I can't even continue this video. We're done. Goodbye. Oh my God, I just said the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers. Okay, snap back to reality.
There goes Rabbit and choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up.
Oh my God, I'm really not okay. while the Packers and Buccaneers game, there we go, didn't give us everything that we were hoping for, the Titans-Texas game gave us everything and then some. Mike Vrabel proved that he is an evil freaking genius. Now, can we just discuss that penalty for having a 12th man on the field?
Penalty markers fly. You know, just a few moments ago, it strikes me, Mike Vrabel sent Josh Kalu onto the field. Apparently no one came off when Kalu went on.
Forget the Lombardi trophy for a second. Give Mike Vrabel a freaking Oscar. Why would a head coach purposefully tell a 12th man to go out on the field and cause a penalty for his team? Did I mention the man is an evil genius? He knew the team they were up against. He knew Houston was going to go and score. So what does he do? He forces a penalty that stops the clock for 40 seconds that inevitably won them the game. Everything just fell into perfect place for them. They got the penalty, and then Houston did what Houston was going to do, and they scored. And then what happens? 4 seconds left. Tennessee scores the touchdown that ties it. They send the game into overtime, and then they go into I'm not even speaking English anymore. And then they go into overtime, and then they win. I keep thinking the Titans are like one of those teams that's good, but not actually good. Kind of like the Bears right now. But I can't deny it anymore. The Titans are so good. Their coaching is brilliant. Their run game is brilliant. And Ryan Tannehill himself is brilliant. I thought coming off of a short week they were really going to struggle, and they just didn't. So that was the game of the week. When the Texans fired Bill O'Brien, they came out that next week on fire, and I don't think they've lost that. I think the Texans have figured it out. The Titans were just the better team this week. But I do think the Falcons saw what the Texans were cooking up, and they said, I want a little bit of that action too. After firing their head coach, their GM, their special teams coordinator, the Falcons came out and beat the Vikings 40-23. Like, finally. And now I don't know if this is a come up for the Falcons. Do I think they're gonna climb and win all these games after? No, but I am happy to see them get their first win. However, I'm very sad for the Vikings. Yes, you lost Diggs. Yes, you lost some defensive pieces, but you still have a good team. I can't wrap my mind around why they are doing so terrible. It just really doesn't make any sense to me, and it's really starting to frustrate me. They are currently last in the NFC North with a 1-5 record. If only they were in the NFC East, they'd still have a chance at playoffs, but they are not. And now they have the Bears and the Packers and the Lions ahead of them. And next, they have to take on the Packers. Vikings, I'm just gonna be honest. This season is just not your season. I sincerely hope you win another game at some point, but I think a winning record is out of the question for you. I think playoffs are out of the question for you. The one bright side you got, Justin Jefferson's a freaking beast, and as an Eagles fan, that one stings a lot. Also, as an Eagles fan, I'm really not going to talk about our game too much this weekend. If there was an Eagles fan out there that expected us to come out and win that game, why would you even put yourself through the hope? Of course we lost. It's the Ravens, and I think by the end of that game, our only two offensive starters that were still healthy were Wentz and Jason Kelce, and Jason Kelce's like low-key injured, but just ignoring it. We are now going to be missing Miles Sanders for 1 or 2 weeks. We are also going to be missing Zach Ertz for 3 to 4 weeks. Most likely we will be getting him back after our bye. I was listening to reporters talking about the Eagles, and they're all shocked, and they've never seen a team this injured. They've never seen anything like it ever, and I'm really not even that surprised. Is that sad? Is that really bad? However, even with the loss, I'm really not disappointed in the Eagles at all. We only lost by 2 to one of the best offensive teams in the entire league. I thought we held our own towards the end. It was a rough start, but I thought we did the best that we could with what we had. And with our 1-4-1 record, we still have a chance to make playoffs. I really don't even know, but that's real. That's real. So, for now, though, the Cowboys are still ahead of us, leading the NFC East with their 2-4 record. But they did just get absolutely embarrassed in Monday Night Football, where they lost to the Cardinals 38-10. It was a really fun game at first for me to watch. It felt like the Cowboys offense wasn't even really on the field that much. Every time I turned around, there was another turnover, and Kyler Murray got to come back out on the field and just do his thing. I'm surprised this game wasn't 58-10. Zeke had 2 fumbles that both led to touchdowns. Andy Dalton had 2 interceptions. Towards the end of that game, I had it on as background noise. The Cardinals had this in the bag. I ripped out my new Stephen King book, and I don't know what's scarier, The Shining or the Cowboys offense without Dak Prescott. Dak has an absolute heart of gold, and I'm sure watching his team struggle like that hurt him. But low-key, this is best case scenario for him. Yes, the Cowboys were steady losing even when Dak was healthy, but their offense was on fire, and it was their defense that was the problem, giving up all these points, and now their offense is clearly struggling. So maybe now Dak can finally get paid, and we no longer have to hear about his stupid franchise tag. Because if I have to hear about it for another season, I'm gonna freak out. There's a lot of other really good games this weekend too. Chiefs over the Bills, 49ers over the Rams, Dolphins over the Jets. However, there is one in particular that I have been waiting to talk about. The Steelers beating the Browns 38-7. The Steelers remain 5-0. The Browns were looking like they were on the come up, and then the Steelers said, "Halt it, wait a second, remember who you are and remember where you belong." Yeah, we get it. I talk about the Steelers defense every week. They're fantastic. Held the Browns to 7 points. However, their offense is just as good. I know a lot of people are upset because Juju isn't performing as well on their fantasy team as they need him to, but maybe if you took my fantasy advice 4 weeks ago, you'd be sitting really pretty right now. And lastly, Chase Claypool on the Steelers. The man had an 84-yard touchdown. The more he shows that he can keep making these big plays, the more his target share will go up. I told y'all to grab Chase Claypool when he was only owned in 12% of fantasy teams. Just saying. And he is doing absolutely fantastic, but that's enough about last week. Let's take a look at what's to come. But let's keep talking about the Steelers because why not? I get it. The presidential debate is this weekend as well, but that is not the most important thing that is happening in Nashville this weekend. I have been eagerly waiting to see this Steelers-Titans matchup, and I was so disappointed when it got rescheduled. However, now I think it was a blessing in disguise. At that time, both teams were 3-0. Everybody knew they were good, but nobody really knew just how good, and now we frickin' know. And this storyline was sexy before, but now it's even sexier. Both teams are now at 5-0. Steelers are favored by 1.5 in this game, and I know they lost Devin Bush to a torn ACL this weekend, which is horrible, but I think there is no chance that the Titans beat the Steelers. I would be thoroughly shocked. Do I think this is going to be an easy win? Do I think it is going to be hard to stop the Titans? Absolutely. Do I think it might even be smart to put money on the Titans? Sure. I think this game is going to be one of those games that comes down to 1 point as the clock is running out. But at the end of the day, the Steelers are going to win. Case closed. Now, everyone that told me I was insane for thinking that the Dolphins were going to be good this season, let's sit down and have a chat, shall we? First off, going into week 7, almost halfway through the season, the Dolphins are currently second in the AFC East, behind the Bills, above the Patriots. Shocker? Not to me. They have won 3 of their last 4 games, and in the games that they have won, they have outscored their opponents 98-30. The Jets didn't score a single point last week. And now, as of Tuesday morning, Tua has been named their starter. It's happening. I'm trying to stay very calm right now, but this is the moment we've been waiting for, and I will not knock Ryan Fitzpatrick. That man is Fitzmagic. He earned his name. He did everything he had to for that team. But it's now Tua time, baby, and this is the beginning for the Dolphins. They have the bye this week. He has a whole week to get himself ready, and then they are set to take on the Rams. I'm going to miss watching the Dolphins this weekend. I am so sad they are on a bye, but I am so eager to see that game. And while we're on the subject, I just have to say it. Jets, fire Adam Gase. I don't even know why this has to still be even a conversation. This should have happened after the Thursday night game, that when you said it was gonna happen, and now you just scored 0 points. An easy lock of the week for me this week would be Buffalo at Jets, but that's no fun, and that's too easy. The Bills have lost their last 2 straight games. They're gonna come out with a frickin' vengeance and roll right over the Jets. I don't give a crap that it's a divisional matchup. The Jets don't stand a chance. That's not my phone. Buffalo is favored by 10 in this game, and I still wouldn't even come close to putting my money on the Jets. I'm sorry, I really don't want to crap on them this bad. I actually want them to do well. They just stink, okay? But this week is going to be a tough week for betting. Lions versus the Falcons, Browns versus the Bengals. The whole NFC East is playing each other, which you know how that could go. Packers versus the Texans, Raiders versus the Buccaneers, the Bears versus the Rams. The Bears are 5-1. To try and help you out this weekend, I'm going to include a graphic that should go in this general area with the lines and who I would take. I will also include all of that information in the description down below. And please comment if you think my picks are crazy, or if you actually took them and if it went in your favor or not, because I would love to know. And for my lock of the week this week, which was so incredibly tough to decide on, I am going with the Chiefs at the Broncos. The Chiefs are a 9.5 point favorite in this game, and I am putting my money on the Chiefs. I don't think they lose this game, but I do think the Broncos are going to start putting up more of a fight. They're coming off a win against the Patriots, which are a very good team. I am excited to see it, and I am excited to be back this week. Again, I am so sorry for not being able to post the last week, but it's week 7, baby. Let's go. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in next Wednesday.